Hey guys, Justin here, and today I wanted to shoot a quick video to address a common mistake that a lot of independent artists make, and that is thinking that selling music is the way that you make a lot of money in the music industry. It kind of makes sense, but it's actually not true. It never has been that way, and I'll explain why in this video. So there's a lot of money to be made as an artist in the music industry, but the reality is that most of that money is probably not going to come from streams or sales, and the truth is it never has. Even back in the heyday of the recording industry, when everybody was paying $15 an album, back in the 90s, artists still didn't make most of their money from album sales. The people that made all the money were the record labels. Even though an album might cost $15, with all the costs of advertising, distribution, the record label's cut, production costs, etc., most artists would only make a few pennies off of each $15 album. So that was never really the way that they made all of their money in the first place. And it's not the way that most artists make their money now. And I'm not talking about the fact that the business model has completely changed. I mean, streams or sales, it's just not the place where you're going to make most of your money. Historically, it's always been 70% of most artists' income has always come from touring and merch sales. And then some artists have actually made a lot of money with publishing, but it's never really come from selling actual music, or certainly not from streaming. I know that's something that some of you guys may not have realized, but it's true. And you really need to shift your focus when you're thinking about how you're going to monetize your career as a musician. You have to shift it away from thinking that you're going to make a bunch of money from just focusing on getting as many people to stream your music as possible and getting people to download it. Because just to make a few $1,000s, you're going to have millions of streams on Spotify. And that's certainly possible. It's not like it's impossible to get millions of streams. But by the time you get enough streams to actually make any kind of decent income off of Spotify, or sell enough music to actually make a decent income from iTunes, you'll probably have a big enough fan base where you could be monetizing that in so many other ways. So I don't want you to look at getting more streams and more sales as like the end all goal of how you're going to make money as a musician, because that's not the case. I would really encourage you to think of your music more as a promotional tool than the actual end product that you're selling. Because at the end of the day, it's you and your brand that your fans are going to pay for. If you build a connection with your fans, they're going to spend a lot more money to come see you perform live and buy hats, t-shirts, whatever kind of merch you put together. And you can get really creative with that sort of stuff. But the reason they're going to be spending the money with you is because they want to be a part of that community, that tribe. They want to show people that they're a fan of your music. And it's all about building that connection. And your music is the primary vehicle for doing that. So you really want to get as many people to listen to your music as possible. And sometimes that means giving it away for free. Sometimes that means paying to get people to listen to it. So I'll give you an example of a company that capitalized on this. Back in 2007, I don't know if you remember, Chris Brown came out with a song that was like "Double your pleasure, double your fun" was the chorus. And it's not a coincidence that that happens to be the slogan for Wrigley's Double Mint Gum. Wrigley's knew the value of having people walking around singing about their brand all day. They paid Chris Brown a lot of money to record and perform that song, not because they wanted to make money off of selling albums, but because they wanted people walking around singing that song and thinking about their brand. And that's kind of the way you should look at your music as well. You want more people walking around singing along to your music, or just listening to your music, humming along, whatever, because that's just going to strengthen your connection with your fans and help you build more and more of a following. So don't think of trying to sell more albums and get more streams as the way that you're going to make money, because the reality is, if you are making money from streams and you are making money from digital downloads, you should be taking that and reinvesting it back into more promotion and getting your music out to more people. Because by building a larger following in general, that's really going to increase the amount of diehard fans that are going to have a real strong connection with your music and are going to spend more money with you. You're going to purchase your merch, come to see you perform live, and actually help you generate the majority of your income as an artist. So that's really what I want to drive home. The point I want to drive home, the reason why I'm recording this video, is to make the point that you shouldn't be focusing on getting more streams and more sales as a way of monetizing your career and making a bunch of money as an artist, because your music is more of that vehicle that's going to help you connect with your fans, which will really allow you to monetize your music career in other ways. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comment section. If it does make sense, let me know that as well. And please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel and tick the little bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.